Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. I know it has been a while and I am currently making a cooking video. I decided to get into the baking mood and I made some, what is it that I called it? Strawberry lemonade bread. As you can see, I'm actually showing you I made a lemon pound cake and I ended up adding some strawberry sauce to it. The strawberry sauce is very interesting, to say the least. I don't know if any of you remember, but when Tristan was working at Dunkin' Donuts, he was given some pretty much out of date strawberry culotta sauce, and I figured, I might as well try using it on something other than just, a really super sugary drink. Turns out that as long as it's not mixed with anything other than, drink stuff, it's really not all that sweet. So I have no clue what Dunkin' Donuts actually does to it, but it worked out perfectly in this bread. You will have to forgive me. Today is Mother's Day, so happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there other than just me. Whether it is a fur baby or not, you are still a mom. But I was fumbling around. We've got my adopted brother living with us. Well, not living with us, but staying with us temporarily. He needed to get out of a bad situation that he was in, so I am doing the voiceover, and there is some organic protein mix that Tristan got for me. It's completely dairy-free. I absolutely love it. I've been experimenting with it in a few different things, and so far I've learned that I could do about 2 full scoops and no chalky taste. I haven't been able to figure out how to use it in a mix, like a drink mix, but I can add it to bake stuff and not have an issue. And here in a second, you'll actually see that I point out that there's still sugar left in the bottom of the little sifter. I didn't show the camera, I should have, but I showed my brother. Actually, you can kind of see it. But I was actually surprised that it sifted out the little bit of sugar that was in it this time. The last few times it didn't do that. This time I added a total of 1.5 scoops. And no chalky taste, so the next time I make it, I'm going to do 2 full scoops, see how that works. The bread is very, very filling, which is a good thing, because, that's what protein is supposed to do. It's supposed to help make you feel full. And instead of using regular butter, I use plant-based butter. So I'm trying to make the dairy-free options. It's just very hard, and not everything is dairy-free. Oh, yeah, see, you could see it. I did point it out a little bit. I didn't want to get the powdery mix all over the table. You will have to forgive the little bit of coughs. I've been sick. Tristan actually just got over having COVID. No one else in the house has gotten it, thank goodness, but, it was definitely a very eye-shocking experience to see him have COVID. It really didn't act much different than when the last time he got the flu, so I don't know. I know everyone's symptoms are different, but his were very much just basic flu symptoms. He was able to get the pill things that he could take to help get over it a little bit quicker, so that was a good sign. 2 eggs, and then I realized that it said, that I needed butter instead of oil, so I had to melt butter. And it called for a lot of butter. I don't know if I'll make this particular bread mix again, but that was a lot of butter to add to it. It was a total of 10 tablespoons of melted butter. That was a lot. But it still turned out good. Like, I'm really not complaining. It was just, wow, a lot of butter. That hurt a little. I ended up with a head cold, so yay me. Kid is completely fine. My brother is completely fine. But sleeping in the same bed with somebody who's got COVID, of course, you're going to end up getting a little bit sick. And if you do hear anything in the background, I'm sorry. I've got the office closed up, and I'm trying to be as quiet as possible in here. So you can actually see on the side where it's the Country Crock plant butter. It's really not all that bad. I like it. None of these companies sponsor me in any way, shape, or form. So I wish they would, because if Country Crock sponsored me with more plant butter, I would totally do more baking. Even with me living in a tin can and it already being 77 degrees on a day where it's only supposed to be like 62 in the house. Yeah, it's supposed to be like 62 outside and it's like 77 degrees already in the house. And it's only like 1 o'clock in the afternoon on Mother's Day. Gotta love New York weather. And if you see up in the top left corner, that's actually the lid to my other plant butter that I have. It's Wayfair. I just scooped some of that out of the butter tub and put that in with the Country Crock. That was a loud noise. I bet you that was a kitty cat out there. Like I said, I'm in the office, doors closed, kid is outside playing because kid is actually home for Mother's Day this year. And he's actually got my brother out there playing basketball, so that's a good thing. But kitty cats make lots of noises and I can't send them outside. I really was trying to be prepared for this video, and it so did not work at all. And then my camera decided to learn a new trick. Normally I could, plug in the microphone because I have an external microphone on it and keep the microphone off and it doesn't record sound. Well, yesterday when I made the bread, it decided to record sound with it too. Don't know why, but it did. So go figure, right? Oh yeah, I had to heat up the butter more because it wasn't quite mixed right. And then because I just threw in the extra butter, I needed to get a measuring spoon to be able to measure it out right. Like I said, I really tried to be prepared, and it just didn't happen in this one. I don't know why. Oh, I actually went to go get water. That's right, it called for water too. I'll be okay. It has been one of those days already. Trying to make sure that everything gets done right today. I pulled out sausage. I have no clue what I'm going to do with it tonight for dinner. Thinking a pasta dish of some sorts, because hubby doesn't work tomorrow. But anyways, how have you all been? Leave me a comment. Let me know what you're doing. If you have any ideas for baking videos, drop those too, because I need more ideas for baking stuff. I'm thinking about making some oatmeal raisinette cookies next. I have the vanilla protein powder that I add into most of my baking stuff. The next one is, or the other one I have is chocolate protein powder. So I'm thinking about trying that in some oatmeal raisinette cookies. And yes, I did say oatmeal raisinette cookies. I love raisinettes. I think they're delicious. And see, I actually show you the box. It wasn't very good, but I showed you the box. I felt a little weird trying to do this video with everyone looking at me. The only one who wasn't home was Tristan, and he was at work. But I finished up the video with him being home. And if the camera angle is off, let me know. You know, I'm looking at it. It seems alright. I might need to lift it up a little bit higher so that you guys can see more of what I'm doing. Lift it up a little higher, angle it down a little bit more. I'm trying to figure it out. And there goes kid singing outside. So if you hear that, I'm sorry too. I might have to start doing my voiceovers late at night on the weekends so that he's in bed and everyone else is pretty much quiet. I mix in the butter and then I realize I didn't add the water yet. I really was not doing good yesterday. I do have a little stand mixer. I'm thinking about breaking that out and trying that with some stuff. But it's really tiny. It's old. It's from like the 60s or 70s. That's how old it is. It's an Oyster one. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get any replacement parts or anything like that. I know that there should be a bigger bowl that goes with it, but all I have is a tiny one that barely makes a box of pudding mix. Yes, I actually used it to make pudding mix just to see how much it could actually handle. It's a strong little thing. Oh, and there was Malenko in the background. And see, there's the strawberry culotta mix. I added about a quarter cup in total, maybe a little bit more, to the bread in itself. And then on top, I added like another, I want to say like 3 tablespoons just on top alone to give it that little bit more strawberry flavor on top. And then I even mixed some of the strawberry culotta sauce into the glaze. I thought it tasted delicious. I still think it tastes delicious. And yes, I was tasting the batter to see if I could taste the strawberry, because, you know, you start with a little, then you add a lot. You know, if it's not right, you could add more. If it's too strong, you can't take it out, so then it's ruined. And I was using a measuring cup instead of pouring out of the big jug. I didn't even show the big jug, because there was a lot in it. I have some caramel sauce that's in a big jug too, so I've got to figure out something to do with that. And see, I was trying to mix it so that you guys could see it too. I don't know how well that works. Like, I was really having a hard time holding the bowl upright so that you guys could see it. And at that point, I decided it tasted delicious. I love my little glass baking dishes. They're amazing. They never rust. At one time I had 4, but one ended up getting broke on accident. And this is the coolest hack I have ever actually used, because I have a square 8x8 baking dish that's metal. Everything sticks to it. It doesn't matter what I do. Same thing with my 9x13 metal baking dish. Everything sticks to it. I don't know what I've done to it. Like, they were bought brand new. Everything sticks to them. So I use the aluminum foil in those. They don't stick anymore. It's the easiest thing to do. So I figure I start doing it with the bread too. And it works out great. And you make sure that you have just a little bit extra of the aluminum foil. And then you can wrap it up. Whatever you're baking, wrap it up afterwards in the same aluminum foil. Such a great hack. I love it. I don't even think I want to call it a hack. I think I want to call it a trick. Yeah, trick sounds better. And there you can see I'm actually trying to make sure that it's all flat so that nothing gets stuck into a crevice. I think today I'll make the blueberry bread that I have. It's actually a muffin mix. And that's the cooking spray I have right now. It's from Wegmans. It's actually works really well, and it doesn't smell like stale butter popcorn. Still smells like butter popcorn, but it's not stale butter popcorn. But I have blueberry bread mix, well, muffin mix, that I'm thinking about doing a blueberry chocolate chip bread with. And yes, I would even be adding in the protein mix again. And that strawberry stuff didn't really change the color of the bread mix. So that was a good thing. I was thinking it was going to make it even more red. And as I was first pouring in the strawberry mix, I told Kid that it kind of looked like I had murdered someone in the bread because of how dark the red is. This bread turned out so amazing. I might have some of it for lunch. Oh, that would be good. Me trying to get every little drop out. The bread turned out really dense. I don't know if that's from the protein powder or just the bread mix itself, because I've never used this bread mix before. Maybe I'll have to make an intense strawberry bread for Halloween. Call it a bread or a blood loaf. That would be a little freaky, but that's okay. Freaky is good in this house. We like being strange and unusual. Yeah, me trying to figure out the remote for my camera still yet. It doesn't work very well. I don't know what the glitch is with the remote, but yeah. Look at how beautiful that bread turned out. There is a whole lot of noise going on outside, and it's kind of scaring me a little. Kid doesn't always pay attention. I had to make sure it wasn't sticking at all. And here I go, mixing up the glaze with, I've got about a tablespoon of the strawberry mix, and then a tablespoon of water. And that is a really huge package for the amount of powdered sugar stuff that they give you for the glaze. That stuff is really, really sweet compared to the culotta mix. Me and my pasty legs. Oh, I'm so glad spring is here. I can start tanning. I need to get a tiny little, like, coffee whisk thing. I don't know what they're called, but I know what they look like. I want to get a bigger measuring cup, too. Like, that's the only, glass measuring cup I have. I want to get one of the big 4-cup ones because we make a lot of pancakes and stuff here. So if I get a bigger one, I could just make the mix right into the measuring cup and pour it right from that. That powdered sugar stuff was sticking to the sides. But at least it came out to a beautiful pink color. That was me letting Tristan smell it. He actually likes the smell of it, so that was a good thing. With him having his IBS issues, if he can't get past the smell of it, he usually can't eat it. And the last time I made lemon pound cake, I should say, I didn't wait long enough for the bread to cool off, so the glaze just like soaked right into it and made it kind of a gooey mess, but it was still delicious. We still ate it. And there you go. Strawberry lemonade bread. I don't know if that's going to be the official name, but I kind of like that name. I think that name works good for it. And I think this is just about the end of the video, so I will see you all later. Thank you for watching.